I find that this is a long time in coming. It's been a fair few years, 9 years since the last meeting in 2017. So there's a lot to discuss, and I think that the change in government in the United States has brought this about primarily because of Donald Trump's relationship with China is slightly different than from Joe Biden's, the President Joe Biden's, and the Democrats as far as they are concerned. I think generally Republicans tend to have a more of an outreach to some extent, and as a result, he's pushed for this. Maybe it's more also personal to him, more personal to Donald Trump. And given what's happening lately in with the Iran war and the stalemate as it is forming, and there's no movement, and it's pretty a difficult situation for both countries, and it is a difficult situation for China as well because it would like the strait to be opened up and normalization of trade through the Hormuz Strait, for example. So I think everything's coming down to a point where there is an essential need for both countries to get together. And I think there's going to be a positive outcome. If you notice what happened in the banquet and initially in the initial ceremony when they met yesterday, I think that gave a better understanding about the warming relationships to some extent. However, we do recognize there are very straightforward geostrategic concerns on both sides. They're not going to change matters to significant extent, but I think warming the relationship is very important. I think at the end of the day, what matters is that both countries are negotiating again around the table and two leaders are meeting. That is very significant. And if they can breach some of these problems that they're facing with each other, especially in relation to trade and other issues such as Taiwan and Iran, I think there could be a lot of upheaval on the way. But we have to calibrate this. We have to recognize that the geostrategic concerns of both countries, United States being current dominant power in the world, as well as China, a rising power, is very significant. That's not going to change the course of the ships as they move with each other around the world, if you think about it. These countries, both the countries have significant strategic interests in each other, and they want to make sure that there's no overt conflict.